this is a first time game between my returning student, Crazy Rocket, who is attempting to learn how to play Protoss, which ironically is not my main race. Let's see how to do this. There we go, and he's going to be taking on an easy AI on the other side of the map. Hey, not bad. He's gotten a pylon. He's gotten his gases. He has forgotten to put anybody in those gases. It's okay, rookie mistake. He's getting a gateway. That's a good start. Second gateway, not a bad idea either. Yeah, but nobody's at the gas. But don't worry, he'll figure out that mistake sooner or later. Terran, on the other hand, is going for a very standard one base. So this is Alphonse's. Oh, well, this is Crazy Rocket's. Okay, now he remembers about the gas. Good call, good call. Good call on the gas. I was wondering to see how long you'd forget.
Yeah. I was like, hey, why's my guess still 0?
Yep, so in all races, Terran, Protoss, and Zerg, you have to get your guesses, but I will not disturb him any further. So what you hear of me right now, he can't hear the majority of it unless I unmute myself on Discord.
Pylons for them, what the heck? Okay.
Because it's actually very, very difficult to actually do something while somebody else is talking to you. One of the reasons why I lost the previous game, but it's not entirely that. I'm just not very good at Protoss. I'm fairly certain I could have won at Zerg though. Okay, he's getting another pylon. He has not gotten an expansion. He has not gotten a
Where can I find a cybernetics core?
Cybernetics core is you press build and then you press Y. It will be the building that's underneath the gateway in the building screen for a probe.
Set rally point though.
Set rally point is that it tells the building where do you want the worker to go after it's built. I would suggest you.
This one.
Yeah.
Cybernetics core. Okay.
I would suggest you click your rally point to the mineral so that the workers will automatically mine after they're built.
Ah, okay, there we go.
You might want to get that cyber core. Okay, so he's gotten the cyber core. That's a good start. Getting more pylons. He's about, yep, so actually supply block doesn't matter. It's producing a healthy number of zealots. This number of zealots will definitely be able to take on this number of, bio. I won't pressure him to get a second base simply because it's not really necessary. Okay, so the enemy has scouted. Has he decided to scout? I believe so. This probe will be heading out to try and figure out what's going on. Always a good habit from the start. Now he needs to remember to get warp gate. Okay, good. Some army control, but he needs warp gate, and he needs more gateways. Okay, moving some zealots out. I think I'll wait another minute and then remind him about warp gate. Okay, he's probably gonna take another expansion. That's good. Okay, enemy taking the watchtowers. Yep, supply blocked. Doesn't matter. Throw down another pylon. Okay, 22 more seconds. I'll remind him about warp gate. But honestly, if you look at his army supply, he's way ahead of his Terran enemy, so not too bad. And okay, time to remind him about warp gate. You might want to get warp gate. You buy it at the cybernetics core.
What is that again?
You click the cybernetics core. You click um, the warp gate.
Ah.
That allows you to teleport in units wherever you have pylons, and it's a lot faster than pumping them out one at a time from your gateways. No, is it you need to buy the upgrade from the cybernetics core. This one.
Oh.
Enemies here. Get him! Nice. Not bad, you took him out. You still haven't gotten warp gate.
Aren't they building?
No, you have to click on the cybernetics. No, I don't mean get more gateways. Get the upgrade called warp gate. There we go.
Oh.
Because once you have warp gate, you can teleport in units wherever you have pylons.
Ah.
And that is far, far more important than pumping units out of your gateways one at a time, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You defended the first attack.
Attack this to destroy it. Oh.
Yeah, so what those are is called destructible locks. These are special features on certain maps. Basically, it will widen this ramp.
You got what, sorry?
It will make this walkway bigger. Okay, what destructible locks are basically obstacles that gives players a choice. Do they want to force the enemy into a small choke point, or do they want a bigger surface for their own army to attack? And that goes vice versa. So in certain matchups
How
like
do I send people to the warp gate here again? I forgot.
wait, say again?
If I want to send it. If I want to send units through the warp gate, how do I do that?
Oh, once the warp gates are transformed, which they are right now, you press W on your keyboard.
Oh, W, okay.
Yes.
How do I all units again?
F2.
That's too far away, I have to rekey that. Okay.
Yep, then all your army units will move. Okay, so he's moving out, taking a bunch of things. He defended his first attack. He's gotten warp gate. I'm not gonna pressure him into doing things like getting a robo or any of those other stuff. So he's warping stuff in. That's good. I still haven't told him about fast warp-ins versus slow warp-ins. I think that's something to take into consideration later. This worker's gonna die. Very good. He's way ahead in army supply, which is nice. Again, this is the easy AI, but he's doing a good job. He's getting a healthy number of stalkers and zealots, the cornerstone of any army. I mean, you should be getting sentries, but then again, sentries are a lot harder to use than the simple stalker zealot. Even in small army fights, zealots can help tank while the stalkers do damage. And because he's got a nice bank, he can do basically whatever he wants. Now the enemy army has moved out, he has no scouting whatsoever. Standard mistake, which... You know, it's a good move having a few sentry units here, but his next base is gonna get hit hard. He's got a probe in his army, which is cute. Oh, the F2. So he's got nothing on the other side of the map, whereas the AI is slowly moving out across. What will he do once he gets attacked? The smart decision would just be to warp in at home and deal with it. Or will he panic and try to call everybody back? Let's see how this goes. Okay, it looks like we're going for a base trade. Okay, he's dumping a bit around here. I think he's looking. Yeah, where is he? Where is he looking? Okay, that's good. He's completely wrecking the enemy base, but his base is also being wrecked. He's not warping in. It doesn't matter, even in the event of a base trade. Okay, not bad. He already warped in a bunch of units at home. He already saved the probes. That's a very good call. Okay, he supply block because he lost it. Oh, very good. He's getting...
Ah, no, props, come back.
Oh dear. Is he gonna go home or is he gonna try and base trade? Okay, he's gonna try and base trade. Probably the better decision. Okay, his units dumping around a little bit, not being A-moved properly. Okay, the workers are gonna get out. He needs to evacuate the rest of his workers. He still has a very good chance of winning this. Okay, so all he has to do now is blow up all these buildings and he wins. The Terran army will not be able to chew through it fast enough. Okay, very good. He's warping it at home. He just needs to buy time. He's doing good. The next base is cancelled. There is nothing else. Oh, but the AI is going for another base. Okay, very interesting. For his second lesson, my friend is going to learn about base trade conditions. But again, still making better decisions than I am/was. See, now he's wondering like, what the hell's going on? I don't really want to help him because, or rather, I don't want to like tell him the answers because that defeats the purpose. But I think you should help. I should help him out. Okay.
Oi, props, what are you doing?
I would suggest you start searching all the other middle clusters because if the enemy is not being revealed, it means that they have another base up somewhere.
That's annoying. In my stalker squad. My god, Nexus takes too long to go. Oh, hey.
Which is actually kind of funny because the enemy base is just north of his own base. Okay, so now it kind of depends on what the AI is going to do. Oh, this is a pivotal moment. This army should crush this army and it's going to be over. Oh, but he doesn't see it. He's walking right past the enemy, taking a ton of... There goes the enemy army. Bunch of ravens counting for nothing. But that's the question. Why isn't the game over? Okay, very good. He's got this base up and running. Warp gate is still in effect. These zealots looking around like, should we go for coffee? Stalker in his base. Okay, so interesting. He's got into full base trade situation, which is also an integral part of Starcraft or any RTS. Do you need help?
Sorry?
Do you need help?
Oh, there they are.
Alright. Okay, if you look to the top right of your screen, there should be a GG option.
Yep.
So you can accept the computer surrender.
Alright then.
Well done, you won your first AI game.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
pretty good.
That was fun. That was fun.
Not too bad.
Enjoyable.
Okay, so now the paths diverge a little bit. There are generally three options for, if you will, this would be the third part of the lesson, and I'll let you choose. So the three things that we could do is one, we could take a look at the replay of the game you just played.
Okay.
Two, I think you've actually gotten enough that we can start on PvE,
Ooh.
or we can start talking about Terran. So those are your three options. Take a pick. That I would suggest. If you have other suggestions, go ahead, or questions or whatever.
Those three sorry, I'm eating chocolate. Those three suggestions seems good enough.
Well, which one
Now
first?
the greedy thing to do would be to go straight to PvE.
Mhm.
The logical thing to do would be to learn about Terran. But the one that would have the most learning would be to watch the replay.
A wise set of assessments, but which one will you pick?
Let's try one game of PvE. I want to try.
Alright, PvE. Okay, so go to the option that you see as co-op.
Marner.
Okay, I would strongly advise you take Artanis as a start.
Oh.
Simply because Protoss. Like, if you suddenly pick Zerg right now, you're gonna be you're gonna be more lost than Trixie in the middle of the sea.
Yep.
Because none of what you do will make sense to you. That is my fear. Whereas Artanis still runs Protoss, so things like warp-ins, things like air units, you'll have some grasp of it. Uh, who should I pick? Okay, I'm gonna pick Nova.
Nova.
Yeah.
How much is one?
Sorry?
How much is one a character? The mission.
When you say how much is what, do you mean like monetary cost or what?
Yeah, you have to buy it, right?
Okay, so the way it works is the way it works is that the first three commanders is completely free.
Okay.
So those you can level them up to level 15. You'll get all of the benefits, all of the perks for free. For all of the other commanders, they are purchased at I think $5.99 US, which will be about 7 Sing.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay, but the thing is that um, when I bought StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void at before it was free to play, I got like a bunch of commanders for free. So several of them. Okay, let's just jump into a game and then I explain along the way. I will pick Nova simply because it's one of the stronger commanders and I want to play Terran. Screw it. Okay, this might
I
take.
pressed ready. Oops.
Yeah, it's downloading for me. Okay, so what all of these commanders are is that they are heavily augmented, and they have things that you will never see in 1v1. For example, Artanis does not have the Stalker. Artanis has something else called the Dragoon.
Okay.
So long story short about the Dragoon is that it can shoot from further away, it's got longer range, but it can't blink.
What? Sorry.
It, it, it cannot blink, it cannot do that teleport.
Uh.
Okay, as a warning, sometimes my co-op, the first game might have an issue, so we might need to quit and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Please read the mission objective at the bottom.
Use your artifact truck to make constructs vulnerable. Bring your artifact trucks to the target site. Use your artifact truck to make constructs vulnerable to. Okay.
Okay. So in this mission, so here's the thing. There are about 10 different missions in co-op, and each mission has a different gimmick, different objective. Kind of like Tavern Brawl. Um, in this particular case, we will be given control of these artifact trucks that one each, that both you and me can drive around the map. It's a unit. But we need to bring these trucks to neutralize these huge turrets. If not, our units can't attack the turrets.
I see.
Okay, so I don't remember with absolute certainty what Artanis gets at level 1, but it's still going to be the same thing. It's still going to be building a pylon, building gateway, getting a cyber core. And then, honestly, for Artanis, I suggest trying to get to air units.
Okay.
Don't worry, my Nova is level 280. What that means is that she's kind of maxed out, so we shouldn't die.
Is Nova and Artanis both hero units or something?
Well, Artanis is a Protoss, so the question of whether they're humans is okay. Well, what exactly is the question again?
Are Artanis and Nova playable as hero units?
Ah, okay. So here's the tricky part. Some of the some of the commanders do appear as hero units. Some of them do not. So
Excuse me.
Artanis does
That's
not appear as a hero unit, but Nova does. Oh, by the way, Artanis also has access to something you might remember as the Spear of Adun.
what's that?
The Spear of Adun. You remember Artanis can call in like laser strikes?
Oh, that one.
He has access to that here as well.
Ah, okay.
Now, of course, as per co-op, you need to level him up in order to get full access, but I know you get some right from the start.
By the way, the loading screen just hanged at 4/5.
That happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. Um, so so if you saw the loading screen, there are a bunch of different commanders. Uh, the only two that have hero units on the field is Phoenix and Zeratul. Oh, and Phoenix plays totally differently than any other of the heroes. Because Phoenix can swap from his. Okay, you know Heroes of the Storm, Phoenix is a Dragoon?
Yeah, he can swap from a big laser to a turret.
Yeah, that is a damn. Wow, you know I play
Actually,
Heroes of the Storm. That's one of the most irritating things to fight against.
really? Okay, what are we supposed to do?
Has the game loaded?
Yep.
And it said I've left the game, right?
Uh, I'm not sure there. I don't
Press
think so.
enter. Does it say I've left the game?
Oh, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does.
Okay, never mind. What I would. Okay, so mine is still in the loading screen, unfortunately. What I would suggest right now is that you just take a look at your option. Do you see a top bar?
Yeah. Control Z, Control X.
But the other two are locked, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do a quick exercise before you leave the game. If you press the leftmost option, and you click it, you'll see a big circle, right?
Which one again?
If you click the leftmost option on the top bar,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you,
Project power field.
yeah. So this is a good example. You click that and then press it on the floor.
Okay. I'm doing it.
This allows you to build. This gives you the psionic matrix. You can now build in that space.
Oh, forever?
Yes. So for Artanis, you don't actually need to have a pylon down. You can just
You
click
don't
that
need
button
pylons, but
and
you
build
just
straight
put
from there.
pylons where you want.
Sorry?
But you need pylons for the for the supply cap, right? I mean unit cap.
You currently have a supply cap, right?
15.
Yeah, you will need to build pylons, but later.
Wait, are we still waiting for you to load?
No. You can quit now, honestly.
Oh, okay,
This
okay.
is what I was
But
talking
yeah.
about, the problem in the first game.
Okay, now
Okay.
I'm gonna need to remap some stuff.
Okay, so let me know when you're ready. The second game normally works without a problem.
Okay, for Starcraft, does the alternate button do anything?
Yes.
What does it do?
Okay, so there's something in StarCraft called the control groups.
Okay.
What? Okay, so what shift and control does is that it adds units to a control group. So if
What's the
you
difference? Because I've used both just now, but they
ah
seem to be the same.
no, alt actually makes a big difference. What alt does is that it removes units from a control group and places them in a separate control group. The reason you want to do that is, let's say you have an army of zealots and high templar, but you want to have your high templar on a separate control group because you don't want the high templar to be on the front line.
Okay.
Because the high templar on the front line, they're going to be gunned down, they're going to die without being able to cast their spells. So what you do is you press alternate and you click the high templar, they will go into a separate control group that you can control separately.
Oh.
It's a little bit, it's slightly,
Okay.
it's a more advanced
Very
mechanic, if you will.
damn. Okay, then I can't use alternate for mine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna change me.
sure.
How do I go to set my stuff? Oh, okay. Alright. I can't find it. Where's the Oh, hotkeys. My god. There it
Yep.
is.
The term in StarCraft we use are hotkeys.
Jeez, what in the world?
What do you want to change?
The build button. B is too far away.
Oh. Yeah, that's a little bit tough because
Never mind, that's good. I'll just keep it the same for now.
I still play on default hotkeys.
Serious? Wow.
Almost entirely,
Starcraft
yeah.
would be. I thought usually people would just.
There are other hotkeys like let me remember how do I do this. But if you go to hotkeys and you select profile, there are a bunch of them. There's standard for lefties, grid, classic. But one reason, okay, something maybe worth warning you about is that if you change your hotkeys to anything else, I might not be able to tell you like what button to press. Hello?
You hear me? Hello?
Did you hear what I said?
Yep.
Yeah. But if you feel it's more comfortable, then go ahead. The customizability is there. Use it.
It's insane though. You can really change every single thing. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. I've picked Vorazun instead, simply because I think it's also nice to contrast what Artanis has against another Protoss.
I see.
Oblivion Express.
Destroy Mobius core trains. Prevent trains from. Basically, just destroy. Okay, cool.
Blow up some trains.
Orazun. I'm struggling to find out if there's a guy or girl.
Valzu's the lady.
Ah, okay. Okay, give me a second. Before it loads, let me just do something real quick. Okay, I'm back.
Wonderful. So something to know about the layout of almost of all the co-op maps, you will always have a second base somewhere.
Is it they are giving you a second base already, or
There
you
will
must
be a
find that?
second base somewhere. Some of the maps you have to fight your way there. Some of them they're just there in front of you. It depends on the map. A lot of the older maps, the second base was just there. A lot of the newer maps, they wanted you to like actually fight for it.
Wow.
But no,
But if it's just there, it's kind of boring. Oh, cool. That looks fast.
it's loading. I've never
Is
had a
co-op
situation.
the only thing you can more or less play with a friend, or is there any other stuff? There's arcade mode, right?
Hmm. So
Should we bring anything later, like an Uno set or something?
I don't know. Knowing us, we're gonna spend a
Or
lot
we're
of
just
time.
gonna be eating?
We're gonna be spending a lot of time like yapping. So
True.
I mean, for Uno set, you can lah, but it's light anyway, and it's less incriminating than poker cards.
Yeah, I have a waterproof set. That's why I asked. It's gonna be messy, man, and you can just wash it if it gets dirty.
That's true. That's true.
I'll consult Michelle. Lah. I'll see what she thinks.
Sure.
Because I'm thinking the table layout there is not that big either. Nah, probably not. I don't know.
I have no idea what the table layout looks like.
Similar to Soul Garden. You've been there once, right? You said only once.
Yes, I've been to Seoul Garden before, but that means in the center it's gonna be like this, so the cooking zone, right, if you will.
Yep. Oh, I'm thinking how to split the table as well.
No
Maybe it's
idea,
gonna
man.
be guys and girls.
It's cause one, man. Okay, we're in.
All right. Okay. Workers are out. Build a set. Shit. Wrong.
It lags a little bit. Don't worry. By the way, to answer your question earlier about what else you could do,
Good luck and have fun.
I mean, there's always the 1v1 option. But to answer your question about what arcade is,
Seeing you here, guess it's my lucky day. Dominion's hard. Seeing as how Amon's a mutual enemy, maybe
Quite
you'd like to step up to the
crazy,
plate.
right? I heard.
I could use a partner or two. On
yeah, so the way that works is that the arcade is a bunch of special custom games and maps. But because it allows map makers to do a lot of things, a lot of what you see there doesn't even look like Starcraft anymore.
Not enough minerals.
Wow.
There's an arcade mode where, how do I describe this? Good grief. You have a bunch of immortals. You remember those immortals that you saw in the game I played?
I think so.
Yeah. What you do is you kick around the ball.
Ah, are you serious? Wow.
Yes. I am fully
That's
serious.
insane.
Okay, so by the way, up here is where your second bases are. But you have to like destroy the rocks before you get access to them.
No, we have to destroy the trains. I see no trains.
Not yet. If you go over here, you'll see a train track.
Yep.
And if you follow the train track into the darkness, the train comes out from about here later in the game.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So the cool thing about co-op is that you can also build on your allies' power field. So because I play Protoss, you can build over here if you want.
Oh, that's pretty OP. Right? Not OP lah, but that's very useful.
It's cooperative. But to be perfectly honest, it would be OP if that was in like multiplayer.
Yeah. It's called.
Like honestly, in multiplayer or 1v1 as we call it, you
Uh-huh.
can't build on your if in 2v2 because there is a 2v2 mode. In 2v2, you can't build on your allies' power field.
Ah, okay.
But in
Yeah, because that
co-op,
would be Protoss would be very OP then.
there's a lot of things that will be overpowered. 2v2 is its own like little thing, if you will. Another thing about my commander Vorazun is that if you look at my base, my refineries are automated, so I don't need to put workers into them.
Whoa, what? Wow,
That's her special ability, if you will.
that's cool.
We need more Artosis
More
pilots.
workers. Okay, I'm kind of at a standstill. I have no idea what should we be doing. Should I be building more units now?
Units would be useful. I would suggest you get a Stargate. Ah, that's a Dragoon, by the way. You should
Oh
build more
yeah.
gateways.
All gateways?
Yep.
Okay. What's my...
You should also send units over here to attack the rock so that we can take the next set of bases. But the enemy will be here
Gateway
soon.
is warp gate, right?
Yeah, because the thing about Artanis is that you don't need to research warp gate. Notice that the thing automatically became a warp gate.
Oh crap! I bought a cybernetics core for nothing then. I
Oh
forgot.
no, you need a cybernetics core to get the Dragoon. If not, you have nothing that shoots up.
Oh right.
So I would suggest you get a Stargate as well. That's the enemy. Okay, so
Okay.
First train's departing.
Where do I build the start? Oh yeah, it's the...
It is bearing towards an evacuation
There we
point.
go.
We will need to intercept.
okay, so let's do something cool. Okay, okay, so on the far left you had the option to put down the field. The button beside that had something else, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is that if you look over send your units over here, let's attack the train. Let's fight.
Okay.
Once the train comes into view, I will create a black hole. You press the button and you call down laser artillery on the enemy. But wait for okay, but let me pull the black hole first.
Enemy forces detected.
Now,
Prepare our defense.
shoot him. Keep firing.
Whoa.
Destroyed.
Okay, then come over here because the enemy is gonna be hitting your base. Oh, by the way, you can only call down like I think it's one or two of those mobile power fields.
Oh, I think only one.
Our allies' base is
Projector
under
field.
attack.
You should attack
What the
this.
hell is this?
I'll leave this one to you.
Hello?
Goodbye.
Oh, our tennis.
We are at full power.
Oh, so I can't warp air units.
No, not yet. Not yet. Once you reach a certain level, you can warp in air units.
Prismatic core online.
Uh,
Are these your probes or no? These are my probes. Okay, never mind.
Vessel shall
I forgot to build my second Vespine geyser.
phase.
Do you want to take care of this attack wave?
That way?
I'm sure you can take care of it, right?
Okay.
It's one Viking. You can take care of it.
Hello. What should I do? I need to build more pylons.
Do note that we're playing on the normal difficulty. There are two more difficulty modes higher than
They've got
this.
another shipment leaving the station. Let's cause some delays.
Phase crystals charged.
Okay,
I need more pylons.
Yep.
This vessel.
I would suggest you build a fleet beacon.
Beacon.
This vessel.
That's under V, right?
Yeah, that's under V. I think, okay, this, you'll need to check. This should give you access to the Tempest. The long range Sky unit.
Prismatic core on.
I mean, no. You can't warp there.
Phase crystals.
Okay, tell you what, bring your army down here. Let's go attack the next train.
Yeah.
And I will show you some of Varazu's abilities. I'm gonna do something called time stop. What that does is that it's gonna freeze all the enemies on the map. And that will allow us to kind of like, the train track is here.
This vessel
Where are you?
shall
I'm here.
Following you.
3, 2, 1, kill them.
Stopping time now.
Minerals now. Get them.
Nice.
main objective
Hi, Trixie.
destroyed. Indeed, the enemy's plans have been thwarted for now.
Are you able to build the tempest from the warp gate, from the Stargate?
Our adversaries intend to
Sorry?
eliminate us.
Are you able to build the tempest from the warp gate?
Greet them in kind.
Tempest. Wait, jeez, I have no gas, man.
Crystal, this vessel shall
Take another base up here and then get the gas.
Where is my tempest? I can't find it.
Stargate.
Zaknaku Afar.
But I don't know if it's gonna be
Wait,
locked.
what's a tempest?
It's a gigantic airplane.
No, not yet.
Ah crap.
This unit unlocks at Commander 11.
Oh, 11. Okay, that might take a little while.
Research complete.
This vessel fate.
Okay, in that case, if you might want, yeah, you can take this. You can take this force. Okay, then the easiest way. Okay, so the thing about co-op, honestly, is that there's some builds, if you will, that are a lot easier. So you could just mass like zealots and dragoons, and kind of crush the enemy.
Nice.
And you might want to get phoenixes for like air support.
Phoenixes.
Yeah. The other thing I recommend you do is you get a Twilight Council, which is V and then C.
V and then C.
Yeah, that will allow you to get upgrades for your units.
Okay.
Systems at
How much time do you have after this, by the way?
Probably, I think this will be the last game.
Okay,
So start getting ready.
that's fair.
Okay, how many trains do we have to kill? Oh, we have to destroy 9.
Yep. It's kind of funny because you can actually allow 1 or 2 to escape.
Really?
Yeah, they give you some leeway.
Oh yeah, 3.
we are at full power.
Got a train on that bottom track moving fast. Must be a
So that's the
priority.
bonus objective.
Intercept it if you can.
Main objective destroyed. Our target has been
Yeah,
contained.
my Stargate. Not Stargate, my fly thingies.
Prismatic.
Do you want to get the bonus?
Sure. Destroy fast train bottom.
This one.
We are at full
Okay,
power.
where are we going?
Down here.
Pylon is being roughed
Our
up.
foes are
Okay, so tell you what, you go after the bonus. I'll head back and defend.
It shall be done. Under
Or do you want me to go get the bonus?
phase.
No, I can get it. Where do I have to go?
Down here.
Our pylon's under attack.
Shit.
Stop online. Systems at full.
We need more Artosis
Man,
pylons.
oh shit, it's escaping already.
Our allies are being
Yeah, so that's the thing. So the bonus objectives generally are a bit tougher. I noticed the train's a lot faster than the other one.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think my units can get that time.
Pylon is being roughed up.
Okay, I'm here.
Don't worry, I'll be there in a second.
Online.
Popping in more dragoons.
Go, 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 get it!
What in the world?
We got it.
That's overkill,
Two
yo.
trains leaving simultaneously. Looks like your dance card's full.
Prismatic.
Okay, so I think it makes sense for us to just destroy the train at the bottom, and then we rotate to the top.
Okay.
Warp in more zealots
Yeah,
and more
must-
dragoons.
Do we really need more zealots?
Why not?
Search singularity charge.
Ah, okay, so over here, yeah, get those upgrades. Those upgrades are huge.
Oh yeah, I can set rally points, right? I forgot.
Unacceptable warp location.
Yeah, you can.
Our window is short.
Okay, I'm gonna hit time stop.
Let us begin.
And
Shit, where are my
Pylons
units?
being roughed up.
How do I quickly jump to where my units are? Is there a hotkey for
Activating
that?
time
yeah,
stop.
if you press F2 twice very quickly, you'll jump straight to your army. Or it will jump to where the majority of your units are on the map.
Ah, nice.
Good job torching the terrains. From the intel I've been provided, I'd say half
How
the
do I
stock is
select
replaced.
all of my one, like for example, if I want to find where are all of my phoenixes, can I do that?
Yeah, if you go to F2, you'll see this big box at the bottom. You might need to click like the little number 2, and then you press Control, and then you click the phoenixes. It will only select the phoenixes.
All
Map wide.
phoenixes.
It'll select every single phoenix on the map. Did it work?
Huh? My
Help your
units.
friends.
No leh.
Okay, so press F2.
Main objective has nearly escaped.
We should get this trade first, actually.
Ah, okay, I got it.
Research.
Yeah, but now the trade's getting away.
You
Okay,
must
just the
construct.
fastest
Your
I can.
upgrade is done.
So that's a, so here's the thing. Notice that careful, your phoenixes are flying right into the enemy. Oh yeah, so the thing about the phoenixes is that they're okay. Good call. I
Wasn't enough.
we still might be able to get it. It's close.
Yeah, escape.
Ugh.
Normally, I'd encourage robbing a train like
Yep, this train has
These
escaped.
guys, It's probably safer to light it up. They got one past us. Can't let that happen again. Got a reputation to maintain.
Okay, it's okay. There's some leeway. Even on the hardest difficulty, there's a one train escape leeway.
So they're not that heartless.
Yeah, but no, but here's the difficult part that I noticed about on the hardest difficulty, you're only allowed to let one train escape, which means that if you let one train escape, you have to catch every other train, correct?
This vessel shall invade.
The difficult part is that on the hardest difficulty, brutal,
We are at full power.
two trains will always come at the same time.
Annihilation.
Ah.
So you have to hit both a top and bottom train
Paradox.
with no leeway to let either of them escape, provided that one train has already escaped.
It is very stressed though.
A bit. But don't worry, this game mode is meant to be winnable, if you will.
The enemy moves
This isn't 1v1.
Show them the folly of their ways.
Nice one.
A main objective has been
What is this
destroyed.
200? Oh, here. It
You
shows
cannot
how much
flee
energy
from
is
what you
available.
cannot see.
Yeah, so this allows you to call in those like artillery strikes
Upgrade
I
complete.
see.
Undercool.
and other abilities that you have.
Defense crystals charged.
Basically, for most of the Protoss commanders, they have this top bar which controls the Spear of a Dude, and the energy allows you to do various things. For example, if you try to call in the artillery strike too early and you don't have enough energy, you can't.
Our shot
It's a lot of void rays, man.
Yeah, I've been mass producing them.
shall be done.
Oh, that's my uncle.
Shall avenge.
Okay, I think we're in a position where we can actually start attacking to the enemy base.
Phase crystals charged. Undercool rock.
Actually, let's head up here. Then we'll start attacking the enemy base directly.
Okay, I'm on it.
This vessel shall avenge.
Okay, change of plans. We'll destroy the top train first. hybrid.
what is this?
Hybrids. Okay, no, retreat. Pull back. Okay, never mind. Now the reason I actually recommend you that we pull back slightly is that we don't want to fight the objective on top of the enemy standing defenses.
Ah.
Okay, never mind.
It has fallen.
Rotate south. We need to hit the other train.
Unacceptable warp location.
Those trains on the third rail are fast as hell.
Okay, after we hit this train, we're gonna go after the bonus.
Main objective has been destroyed.
None slip through the fingers of the Nerazim.
The threat.
We need more Artosis.
Detecting enemy forces. Templar, prepare to intercept.
The stars. How can
I'll get the bonus. Can you deal with the enemy attack wave?
an Aerodine wash away?
Sure.
It's over here, by the way. It's the red thing on the mini map. Warp in more reinforcements. I recommend.
Bonus objective complete.
Threads of
Come here.
fate lie bare.
I'll help you out,
The
don't
enemy
worry.
has
Oh shit, is that one?
discovered us.
Wait, where is?
How
Where's
can
the
I
track?
aid you? The threads of fate
What track? The train track?
Is there another train coming?
There'll be at least 2 more trains coming. But now we can take a breather. Let's attack the enemy base directly.
Guidance,
Where's the enemy base?
Up here.
an Aerodine wash away. The threads of
I noticed your main army is sitting there. There we go. Yeah, it's a common mistake that you like leave a chunk of your army, and that can be quite devastating.
Yeah, of course, not doing something.
Our allies are being
Furthermore, the snowball effect is real, if you will. Like, having half your army attack first and then half the army attack at the wrong timing. It's a difference between, like, I mean,
Their warehouses should be
There,
looking
there.
real.
okay, no. There's a shortcut. I know this map.
Oh, really? Okay.
We'll fight our way over the enemy base and down into the next one.
The enemy is en route to our base. Nerazim,
Uh-oh.
ignite your blades.
Keep going. I'm fairly certain we can do this.
I am disrupting time now. Be ready to attack.
Oh, time stop is not stasis, and you can still destroy.
Yeah, you can still destroy. That's the key. I called it time stop.
I'm loving these guys, man. This is much more fun than the Stalker.
The dragoons, yeah, but you can't blinker.
Sorry?
You can't blink.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't learned how to make it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well done.
These, by the way, are the hybrids.
Hybrid, so not Zerg, not Terran.
No, this was the big bad villain's good idea of merging Protoss and Zerg. So
Oh.
if you look at them, they actually have pretty insane melee damage, and their HP is
help your friends.
pretty high as well.
Friendo's base is under attack.
Is there a global rally point button?
In your case, no. Well, okay, if you click on all of the stargates, if you double click on your own stargates, it selects all of them. Then you can select a rally point.
Hey,
Ah.
The reason I say not really is because if you're warping in units like the dragoons over here, they don't really have a rally point.
I see.
Okay, one more trade. We've got all the bonuses.
Heads up. Another train's in transit.
Let's go smash that.
are being attacked.
Oh.
Yes, and they called in reinforcements too.
Oh, my guys are dead.
Yep. Those are the hybrids.
And it is GG.
Alright.
Yeah.
They could no more evade our wrath than their own shadow.
That was fun.
That was good.
I will admit, Fight with skill.
Oh man,
And
this
they're
is
outta here.
very. You feel powerful playing an RTS on the com.
Oh yes.
Oh, the level of micro that you can do.
Oh, you. That's the next level, man. The amount of micro you can do, and when I watch the pro players play. Okay. Do you need to bounce, or can you do one more game?
I gotta bounce.
All right.
We can definitely chat more about it later.
Oh, we will. We will. Uh. Okay, so that sort of wraps up this lesson, if you will. We'll probably do this again next week, I guess.
Can you play tomorrow, or are you hosting another match?
Uh, I'm out most of tomorrow except evening. I may or may not be awake in the morning. Are you able to play in the morning?
Maybe just a couple after like 9.
Okay, never mind. We'll discuss that later, if not next week. Um, generally speaking, the lesson
I mean,
plan.
if I were to play Starcraft on my own, is there anything?
If you play on your own, okay, if you play on your own, what I would suggest is two things. Three. One is that you could go to custom,
Huh?
and then you can go to melee, just create a lobby, and then you can like experiment. I'll give you an example. Okay, so I've just invited you to a lobby. Hello?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, so you go to a lobby
Okay.
from. Normally I won't be here, so you could just click add AI. It's gonna be in the top right hand corner. And then you can practice the 1v1. This is more for you to slowly get more familiarized with the basics of, in your case, Protoss.
I see.
The other thing you can do is that you can attempt to learn Terran, although that's going to be another learning curve. Zerg, I still believe, will be the hardest learning curve, but at least you get familiarized with Protoss. Like, try winning a game with air units in 1v1. So that's one. Okay, let's quit. Okay, the other. Okay, the other thing you could do is if you go to versus, you'll see something called AI.
Uh-huh.
So this will pit you against a computer controlled AI. The clever thing about this is that
3 matches remaining though, what is that?
for AI or 1v1,
AI.
you can't just place.
I think it's placement.
So what it'll do is that this is very similar to what is on the ladder. You play 3 matches, and then the AI will sort of determine, okay, what is your skill level? What difficulty do I place you at?
I see.
For example, if you click play and it puts you against hard and you lose, then they say, okay, never mind, let me put you against medium. So if you see like a meter at the bottom, it sort of shows you like your skill level that the computer thinks you're at.
I see.
The difference is the big difference is of course custom. You decide your skill level. The other thing is that when you play versus AI, they pick the race. So you might be fighting against Zerg. You pick your race, but the enemy picks their race. This simulates
see.
the ladder
I see.
without actually going up against the kind of nonsense you see on, like, you play Hearthstone, you play Heroes, you know that very dangerous cheese stacks out there. Wow, you see one shaman and then you start wondering whether you're fighting Murlocs.
Murlocs is fine, to be honest. What I don't like is Evolve Shaman. But that one is gross.
Isn't Evolution Shaman very volatile because you don't know what you're gonna get?
Yeah. That's why it's very RNG based.
Ah. Oh, okay, never mind. We'll talk about Shaman later. I got something to show you Hearthstone related. But that's for later. The other thing I can suggest is you go to co-op. You can level your commander on its own. You see there's a difficulty setting.
Commander. Where again?
No,
Sorry?
go to co-op.
Co-op, yeah?
Okay. It says ready, random mission, and difficulty, right? In fact, let me make life easy. Okay. Now you see the difficulty setting, right?
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, so I would recommend you play on casual, normal, but if you're feeling it, you can go on hard or even brutal.
Okay, okay. But co-op, then who's my ally?
So here's the beauty of co-op. You can play with random internet people.
Ah, I see.
So if you select, let's say, brutal right now, and you select whoever, Artanis or Raider, and you click ready, anyone else that chose co-op brutal, you can match against them.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, even up to hard and for some commanders brutal, they'll be able to carry you. There are some commanders which are so good, or the players have played it so much, that they'll be able to carry you for certain missions.
Okay, but nah, I'll probably just stick to the normal ones first.
Yeah, stick to normal, stick to hard. From here you could test out the commanders. I would honestly recommend you focus on Artanis, Kerrigan, Raider, get them to max level first, because that will give us access to something called Brutal Plus.
Ah.
That's where the real fun begins.
Cool.
Like what you like to give you an idea. By the way, if you got a little bit more time, let me just explain to you what I have planned in future.
Okay.
Okay. So what I have in future is that we will definitely be doing more co-op. The next game I tend to play will go straight to brutal.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a little taste. If what you felt was good, but it's maybe a little bit easy, we'll go straight to brutal. The game is almost completely different. The way the enemy
Okay.
plays the attack waves, you'll see more of the hybrids.
Yeah.
That is
And
the
because it's versus AI, you can afford to fight very unfair stuff.
correct. That's why you have these abilities. That's why you can call down fire from the sky.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is fun. So this is what co-op in Starcraft like really feels like.
Yes,
Mm.
I am very certain that the Overwatch team has taken notes.
Yep. Oh please, Overwatch 2, let it be the best thing ever.
It has the potential because even when I played Overwatch 2 co-op, it has so much overpowered shit. In fact, if you remember that screen, that's when you pick your abilities. This is so similar to the commanders if you think about it.
Yeah, good point.
They took notes. So one is more co-op. The other thing we could try is you can eventually learn to play Terran and Zerg to give you a greater feel of what there is out there. Like if you only play Protoss, that's the equivalent in Overwatch of only playing attack. You miss out the entire healer side, for example.
Yeah.
And apart from that, yeah, Protoss we can slowly start ramping up the difficulty. And because when the difficulty ramps up, it forces you to use more of the Protoss options. Like even when I lost earlier, I needed to use a range of options just to survive.
Yeah.
And that will force it.
Protoss doesn't seem to be good when his entire unit is gone. Like you're kind of screwed when your death ball is gone.
But that's kind of the same of all races. If you lose a critical engagement and the enemy is able to capitalize on that, you're screwed. It's like losing a late battle with a team kill. You're kind of screwed after that.
Unless you have even Mercy can't save.
You need the most
He used
amazing.
to be able to though.